Well, hello there all you absolutely magnificent people, and welcome back to another episode of An Ecologist Plays. We'll be talking about nature while playing games. Now, as you can see here, we are back in Empire of the Ants, and we are going to be playing the full version of the game, so we're going to be starting afresh. Now, I have played a little bit in it, so I know more or less what is going on, but I have not yet completed the game, so it's going to be very, very interesting to find out, alongside you, what on earth is happening. Alright, without any further ado, we are just going to click New Story here. Going to put it on that slot over there, and let's see. Aha! You can see here it's starting to turn from winter to springtime, so we are coming out of hibernation. This is cool. Oh, look at that. Alright, so all the ants waking up, they're all getting ready to go and have a very, very busy springtime. Of course, when you come out of hibernation like this, there are lots to do. You need to gather food, and you only have a few months in order to do that. So, in essence, you've got to do it. You've got to collect food as much as possible, as quickly as possible. Ah, there we go. There appear to be ant eggs there in the chamber. Of course, these are all going to hatch into, well, most of them are going to hatch into females. There may be some that hatch into males, the alates, or the alates, or the alatis, however you want to pronounce it, the winged individuals. There we go. There are some individuals that are taking care of the brood there, whereas the rest seems are going outside to go and find food, expand the territory, look for threats, those types of things. And we are going to be one of those ants. They go outside for a little bit of an adventure. Of course, on this journey, we will encounter a whole bunch of things. It is a big world out there, of course. There's a female pine cone in the background there. There should be some seeds in between those scales that opened up there. And for us, everything above us is big. I mean, there's the capsule of a moss on the left there, or there was. Oh, firebugs. Yes, now, normally herbivorous, or they are herbivorous, but they are still going to pose a threat. Those are the rose chafers. Looking forward to getting those in battle. The rhino beetle, our flying mount, when we eventually unlock it. I have not yet unlocked the rhino beetle, but I know they are there. And of course, a snail. Now, we'll have to have a look at the snail a little bit later on, but this, I think it's supposed to be a garden snail. The common, yeah, I think it is a common garden snail. Those are the ones that we also have here in our garden as well. And of course, clamping down like this, a very good strategy to reduce the likelihood of things lifting you off the rock or the ground and actually getting to your foot, the fleshy foot that is so vulnerable to attack. And of course, the eyes and stuff like that as well. But clamping down, that's a good strategy. It's the tortoising strategy of the invertebrate world. And there we go, we've got a lovely monarch butterfly as well. Bright colors trying to indicate, listen guys, I am poisonous, do not eat me. Well, that may be a good strategy to use against vertebrates, but I think ants would actually be able to eat them. And we'll talk about that as we go along. Of course, trying to sneak up on the butterfly here to try and grab it. I see this one has actually got a few scars on the gaster there, on the abdomen, the backside. Interesting, this one has seen some battle. And here we go. We are off on our first hunt. Alright, so this is now where the actual game starts. We have played a demo, and the demo actually takes place a little bit later in the mission, so we will see those missions again. I may or may not make a video of that again, but you know, we have already done it. But let's head into our first hunt over here. So there we go. That is, of course, what we are looking for, that monarch butterfly over there. And, well, we are just on a ledge over here, on a branch, hanging over a pond of water. Now, we don't want to drop into that pond of water. We are going to die if we do that. So that is not a good idea. We can't run yet, I think, but we are going to be able to actually jump. I can see here lots of mosses growing on this log here. Oh, there's a pond skater down there again, or a water strider. But the mosses here, Nick actually, my wife, has a branch that is covered with mosses, very similar to this, just even fluffier than what we see here. Now the mosses here are using this branch as an attachment, This is, I think, yeah, this is a dead branch that is lying over here as well. But the mosses are not here to actually steal nutrients. If it were growing on a living plant, they wouldn't be stealing nutrients from the actual plant. Instead, they are photosynthesizing, they're doing their thing. Their little rhizoids, their little root-like structures will be taking up nutrients that are released from this area, so that as it decomposes, nutrients are released and they grab onto that. Lovely, lovely mosses. And here you can see the two capsules as well, from where the spores would be released. Alright, but let's try to go grab that butterfly. Whee! Of course, no fall damage, because, well, we are a very, very small creature, and small creatures don't have to worry about fall damage. It's due to the square cube law. With them having such a large area to volume ratio, they actually reach terminal velocity quite quickly, but the speed they reach when they actually are falling is not deadly to them. Alright, but we're going to go... Oh, the butterfly got away. I don't think we are supposed to be catching this butterfly, but it is leading us in the right direction. It's another snail. Yeah, that's definitely a garden snail. We're just going to make our way along here. I tend to suck at these platforming games, and I just realized that I had my my UI off. Now we can actually see what we are supposed to do. So there's the water strider that we can see there. And if we go into collection here, you can see there it is. It's a lesser water bug. Now that is correct. It isn't, in fact, a bug. It is in the Hemiptera, along with the firebugs. They are also in the Hemiptera. Even the aphids we encountered in the previous episode, they're also in the Hemiptera. And they're found on calm rivers and still bodies of water. And many sisters would love to learn this technique. Now, technically, if we go onto the water, you will see we will not break the water surface. If we just go like that, we're not breaking the water surface. No, we are losing health, and we will drown if we do that. But technically, we are too light to break the water surface. Our weight is spread out over a large area, similar to what is happening there with that pond skater over there, with that water strider. You can see the tips of the feet are touching the water, but it is spread out over a very large area. And yeah, because its weight is so spread out, it is able to skate on the water without breaking the water surface. Now, you can see 4 of the legs actually reaching the water. So 2 on each side. Once we have a chance, there we go, he's coming closer. So there's a leg, and then there is another set of legs right in the front there. And that is also touching the water, it seems. Love those guys. I'm sure we'll talk about them again as we carry on. But they tend to prefer still water, as the collection there says, as the database says. They prefer still water because, well, in fast-flowing water, they would be swept away by the rivers. And you don't want that. You want to actually stay in an area where you are. You don't want to be swept away by water. Okay, so there are aphids around here somewhere, apparently. Now, aphids do love sticking to the underside of leaves. No idea where the aphids are. I hear them. They do make the same sound as they do in grounded, or very similar sound. Oh, here's one. Hello there. You're supposed to be on the underside of the leaf. Yeah, you plump little aphid. Alright, so of course, if you want to learn more about the aphids and the ants and their relationship, I have got that in the previous video. I did talk about that, but yeah, the aphids are basically like the cattle of the ants. Absolutely lovely. Oh, I love these guys. Alrighty, let's continue on. And almost fell in the water there. Oh, some more aphids on here as well. There's the butterfly again. Let's just make our way along here. Still can't run, which is good, because whenever I do run in these scenarios, I just fly off the branches and end up in the water. Hello there, butterfly. And now, we've got to talk to our sister. There goes the butterfly again. That one's just going to fly around all over the place. Could be a male or a female, I'm not sure. But, you know, at least we do know that the ant that's coming up, that is a female. Because apart from the elates, or the flying reproductive males, all ants in the colony would be female. And oh, wow, what a beautiful, beautiful face this is. Love it. It is looking lovely. Now that is one of the main draws of the game, of course. It looks absolutely stunning, but it is also one of the limiting factors because, well, Unreal Engine 5 and these graphics, you may not be able to run it on your computer. So that does suck. But at least I am here to play it alongside you. So even if you can't play, you can at least learn a little bit about the miniature world by watching me play this one as well. Alright, let's see here. Hello, Sisters753. How are you doing? Hey, come closer, 103683. You seem disorientated. Maybe a little walk around will wake you up. Our scouts found 2 unknown objects that need to be investigated. Alright, I will find the unknown objects, but any idea what they could be, and I'm not going to do the voice again, that does not sound very good. Any idea what they could be? Well, there are more than 2 possibilities. You might want to start with the structure close by. It goes quite deep into the ground. Our lost sisters could be in there. When did you wake up? Well, this morning. I went out with the first group. Soon the whole city will be starving, so we must hurry up. And that is true. I mean, if you don't collect food almost immediately, the colony, depending on the size of the colony would run out of food quite quickly. And the size of the colony is both an advantage and it is a problem. The more they are in the colony, the more they would be eating. But also, the more ants there are that can go gather food. So it's both a gift and a curse, the size of the colony. So if something were to happen and there were to be a sudden food shortage, well, then it would spell very bad news for the ants, unfortunately. Gathering resources and food is vital for our sleeping sisters back at Bel-o-Kan. And let's see who else is awake apart from us. Coleoptera, those are the beetles, and smaller bugs. Some flies as well. Nothing serious. Termites tend to wake up around the same time as us. Good thing they live far away. So you say. Alright, I will go find these unknown objects. There, of course, is one. That looks strange. What on earth could that be? Now, of course, we know what it is, and we can zoom around. We can run again. Of course, we know what it is, but an ant would come to this strange thing and wonder, what on earth is it? And would be walking around, tippy-tapping it with its antennae, trying to pick up any scent particles on it, try to figure out what it is made of, try to figure out, is it edible, is it dangerous? Those are the 2 main questions you've got to ask yourself. Hello there, Sluggy. The mouth part, of course, you can see. In the front there, that is where the mouth would be. Inside there, the radula would be, which they will use to scrape food off the rocks or off whatever they're eating, off the plants they're eating. We're just going to tippy-tappy over that scent particle over there in the meantime. There's another one up here. And another one over here. Maybe right at the top. Yeah, it looks like it is. Right over here by the Sluggy. Hello, Sluggy. Alright, it's a huge sphere. Very large but light object. Not that we would know it is light because we can't pick that up. Leather skin, hollow inside. Careful, no smell, not animal leather. Okay, so this is a fake leather ball. And then there is another object to that side. Now we do also have a ladybug or a lady beetle or a ladybird beetle over here. Hello there. Looks like it... which one are you? How many spots have you got? That's the question. So you're making those noises. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Looks like it. Okay, so it's not the 7-spotted ladybird. Okay, I do need to actually check how many spots this one does have. There's a good one to look at over here, too, actually. Because no species of ladybird actually is called the 12-spotted ladybird. Let's see. Oh, wait, this is not a 12. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this appears to be the 7-spotted one. This one has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so this is also a 7-spotted ladybird. Okay, that is most likely the species we've got here. Okay, that is good. That is the indigenous species in Europe. But I'm curious about this other one. Hello there. Hello. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, it also has 7. How on earth did I count so poorly? Okay, it is the 7-spotted ladybird. I don't know how I counted 12 initially. Like, really well. Maybe this one? No, this was the one I did count. Okay, never mind. This is the one I counted. Okay, you are weird. Like, this one has got 12 spots, right? But I have just done a quick search. And I could find a 10-spotted ladybird, the species called the 10-spotted ladybird. I found one called the 11-spotted. I found one called the 13-spotted, the 14-spotted. But there are no 12-spotted ladybird species. And I was wondering, maybe this is then the invasive Asian lady beetle, also known as the harlequin ladybug. But it isn't that one either, because that one would have a W or an M on this section of the body here, made by the black and white spots. So I don't know, this is a very strange individual, most likely still just of the 7-spotted ladybird that we've got over here, or lady beetle that we've got over here. Now, previously normally called the ladybug, I think nowadays people are, or at least scientists, are switching over more to lady beetle, because this is not a bug. They are not in the Hemiptera order, they are in the Coleoptera, they are typical beetle. hard exoskeleton, hard shell, hard carapace there, which is absent in most of the Hemiptera or the bugs. Also has chewing mouthparts rather than sucking mouthparts like your bugs would have. And yeah, they are not, they're not bugs. So lady beetle or ladybird beetle or just ladybird is a more accurate name. Now, of course, ladybird also sounds horrible because they're not birds either. It refers to Our Lady's bird, and Our Lady then refers to the Virgin Mary, and that is what it is named after then, Our Lady's bird. But you know, I do love finding out where names come from. And this one here, the seven-spotted ladybird, is known as Coccinella septempunctata. Punctata would refer to spots, septem is 7, and then, of course, Coccinella, the genus there, refers to scarlet. Cochineal is a pigment obtained from certain Hemiptera, certain bugs, that is this bright red scarlet color. And that scarlet is also where the ladybird name comes from, the Our Lady's bird, because the Virgin Mary was often depicted, in early art at least, wearing a cloak of scarlet. Later on she was wearing more blue, but in early art depicted with a scarlet red cloak. And that is then where the ladybird name comes from. And interesting that the seven-spotted ladybird is most likely the one that was originally named ladybird, like ladybird, Our Lady's bird, because the 7 spots there are said to represent the Virgin Mary's 7 sorrows and 7 joys. So I think that is quite a cool history behind the 7-spotted ladybird and its name, and you know, the color and the association one has with it. That is really cool. I love these guys. I'm so glad that they actually put in the 7-spotted ladybird instead of the Asian lady beetle, because that ladybird is decimating, well, nature wherever it goes. And the 7-spotted ladybird at least is indigenous to Europe. I believe it has been introduced into America, but at least it is indigenous in the area that we are currently playing in. And let's see, we found the second strange object, and that looks like a rotting pear. Hello there, pear. I'm just gonna grab that pheromone there. Hello there, hello. Of course, ants will smell the world around them, using their antennae to pick up scent particles, and that's exactly what we are doing here. We're trying to figure out what this is by tippy-tapping it with our antennae and picking up the scent. There we go. So we found a lovely pear. So large fruit with high fructose levels, soft skin, easy to open, grainy flesh, easy to carry. Careful, ferments quickly. Okay, yeah, lying in the soil over here, it would very, very quickly be broken down by bacteria and fungi and all kinds of stuff. Wood lice would also love going for this. And also millipedes, small millipedes definitely would go for them. Now, what have we got to do? We've got to report back to Ant 753. Alrighty, we'll head over there in a moment. Love the textures on the rock here. Really, really quite cool. Now, there is that butterfly that technically we could go and try to grab, but we can also revisit this quest later on if I wanted to actually try and grab that butterfly. I have to date not been able to grab any of the butterflies. They just keep on flying away from me, which sucks. Great work, 103683, but some sisters are still missing. Would you mind finding out where they are and assess the situation for me? Let's see, any danger to report? Enemies? Nothing yet. The forest is slowly waking up. Yes, if you can be the first to actually wake up, then you will have less competition and stuff like that. You've got a window of opportunity where few things are competing with you, few things are eating you. The bees are still asleep, and the spiders haven't been spotted yet. Oh, we did spot the ladybirds a little while ago, so we should not encounter any resistance for now. All right. What about the food? We can't just leave it here. The scent you labeled the food, it will attract our sisters from the city. So, of course, we've laid down a track where we have been running, and some ants will most likely follow that. If they then find the food, they'll most likely head back to the colony, and in the process, then they will lay down a strong pheromone trail, which other ants will follow, and the more ants follow it, the stronger the pheromone trail becomes, and the more will follow that trail, until the food is gone, and then fewer individuals will actually go there. They will start spreading out over a larger area, and then the pheromone trail will weaken until someone else finds more food and lays down a new trail to the nest. Each one of us is dedicated to a task. 103683. Leave the heavy work to our Bel-o-Kanian sisters. Alright, I will do that. I'm happy exploring and fighting rather than carrying stuff back to the nest. Anything else to report? Felt rumors of an expedition. Looks like the city is eager to wake up. Mother has big plans for us. Big plans. Let's go find out where the sisters are. What have our sisters found? It's a pheromone marker. It's a memory here, it seems. While we were searching for food, we encountered termites. Oh, a fight ensued. Well, this looks quite cool, holographic. Termites so close to Bel-o-Kan was certainly surprising and concerning. Quite a bit of a fight there. But we dealt with this threat swiftly, overpowering them 2-1. Okay, so numbers being key. If you can have superior numbers, you've got a greater chance of actually defeating your enemy. Of course, the stronger the enemy is, well, the more bodies you need to throw at the problem. But yeah, ants do tend to go for the superior numbers strategy. Let's just go report that as well to our sister. Now, this is, of course, a little bit of a more fictionalized version of ant colonies. You wouldn't have one ant sitting over here taking reports and then talking to one another. But you know what? This is a game. We can accept a whole bunch of semi-realistic or unrealistic things in a game. Let's see. Speak to 753. We have food. Most of our sisters are safe, and we defended our territory. All of that on the first day we woke up from winter. These are good signs. Time to head back to Bel-o-Kan. Right away, okay. Any reports from Bel-o-Kan? Nothing in particular. The city is still waking up. Mother is already talking about expansion. Okay, so we are in spring. Late in spring, early summer, we will most likely be establishing sister colonies. That is when the sister colonies will be established, so that they have enough time to actually carry on, get all the food, and survive the upcoming winter. They don't want to establish in autumn only because that will not give them enough time to actually gather food to survive the harsh winter. So this expansion, that is probably going to happen now soon. This is now early spring. In a few weeks, we most likely will be establishing our sister colonies. She has great plans for us, She wants us to explore the end of the world. Interesting, looking forward to encountering that. Any wounded among us rescued sisters? A few. One could not make the journey back. She will die soon enough. Alright, so in Matabele ants, as we have been experiencing, of course, in Empires of the Undergrowth, there you will have the injured workers being taken care of by the rest of the colony. They will be licking the wounds, and soon enough, they will be ready to go back into the fight. But those are big ants. It's a major food investment in order to get those ants to that size. So it makes sense that you would want to take care of them. And of course, they frequently go and raid termite colonies. There's lots of death and mayhem and injuries happening there, so they take care of their sisters. However, wood ants here, they wouldn't be taking care of their sisters. They would just leave injured individuals, leave them on the battlefield, and they will die. So yeah, highly unlikely that they wouldn't carry them back. Most likely wouldn't carry them back. Some do carry dead ants to other areas, but they won't carry them back to the nest. They're not going to have some special burial chamber, or they wouldn't do that. Alright, so a few. The rest will be fine. We did good today. So the ones that could actually walk back to the colony themselves, they are back in the colony. The rest, they were left to die. And what do you think about Bel-o-Kan? Pride, joy, pleasure, warmth, loyalty. Alright, Bel-o-Kan is not just a city, it's the heart of our mighty federation. Together, we are stronger, sister. Alright, let's go and head back to Bel-o-Kan, shall we? That's quite cool. We are finally heading back to our colony. Should be just over this ridge over here. It's quite cool actually running around in the undergrowth as an ant. I mean, this is a lot of fun. The whole landscape, this is just a small section in a forest that we have just explored as an ant. It's a whole different world from our large world that we inhabit. Hello there, I guess we are heading down there. We're just going to jump because we also think we are a frog. What have we got here? Ah, okay. I suspect that is the end of this mission. There we go. The other sisters forming a nice trail. They are probably heading off to that pear to go and eat the pear or collect the food, bring it back to the nest. And here we go. I believe we are approaching Bel-o-Kan. We are approaching our colony. There was a soldier a moment ago, most likely, one of those big-headed ants. And there we go, Microids, the publisher of the game, and also the developer of the previous game, and then Tower 5, the developer of this Empire of the Ants. And of course, it all is based on Bernard Werber, the saga of Empire of the Ants. This is a nice big mound. I mean, look at this. Oh, this is marvelous. And the music swells. Ah, cool. Everybody collecting food, collecting wood, collecting everything they need for this colony to stay alive the upcoming winter. You know, get everything ready for next winter. And here we are, arriving back at our colony. This is just absolutely marvelous. Now that we are here, we can see there's a nice mission for us there. There we can speak to Ant 327. There we can speak to Ant 20623. There's another one we can talk to, number Ant 42. And then there is also another Pausine over there. Pawsey, one of those ants guest beetles or ant nest beetles. Alright, that is another one over here. Let's actually just quickly go and have a look at it. Hello there. Lovely trail being formed. Ooh, dragonfly. Dragonfly. There was a dragonfly there. Hello there, Pauses. Yeah, I don't trust these Pausines, eh? Let's see, what have you got to say? What have you got to say? Hello, I'm an ant and a friend of Bel-o-Kan. So you can see they're actually moving its antennae, also trying to antennate with us or communicate with us, mimicking the behavior of ants. And it seems that the Pausines are able to secrete some kind of compound that the ants like, so we don't attack them on sight, which makes sense. If you are going to be a parasite living in the colony, you don't want them, attacking you. So yeah. Hello, sister. Now, of course, our ant is fooled by Pawsey over here. But we, as humans, are not fooled. We know this is not an ant. I mean, look at those flattened antennae over there. That's not an ant's antennae. This is something else. Oh, I want to go see. Where are you guys coming from? Oh, okay, I can't go see. Ah, poo. I can't go see where those ants are coming from. But they are collecting pine cone scales on the other side of that rock. But I do think this is a good spot to actually end today's episode. So we will be back again next week then. Tuesday and Friday I will be bringing out Empire of the Ants videos. And of course this Sunday Nick and I will be streaming Enshrouded again. So my lovely wife and I will be back in Enshrouded then. 6 o'clock until 9 o'clock South African time. And that is almost Central European time as well. But you will find the time down below as well. So do feel free to pop in then for a nice relaxing stream. We are going to go to the new area that was added in the latest update. So if you've got any questions about life in the undergrowth, do pop it down in the comments below. Also, if you haven't yet, please do subscribe. It is really great to welcome you all to the Ecology Squad. And until next time, everybody, stay safe. We'll see you all soon. Bye.